I'm going through something stressful right now, and I'm not quite sure how to handle it emotionally. In the past, I haven't handled things very well emotionally. However, with all that I've been through and all the hard work that I've put into therapy and working on my mental health, I've gotten pretty strong, and I'm handling it pretty well, but I'm also afraid that I have put this whole situation out of my mind, basically pushed it back to the back of my mind so that I wouldn't think about it. Basically forgetting about it, but without forgetting about it, if that makes sense. I guess you could call it repression. What's going on right now, I would prefer not to talk about the specifics. I'm not ready to go there yet, especially on a public YouTube channel. It involves some things that I haven't told many people. It's a big issue, and I'm still pretty uncomfortable with speaking about it. I've only really spoke about it in front of my parents, my boyfriend, who I guess you could call my husband because we've been together for 12 years, my son, and my therapist. I eventually want to speak about it on here and tell the whole story in detail and come forward, be completely honest, and get it all out there. I want people to see from their perspective with all the honesty and decide for themselves how they feel about it. If people judge me, that's fine. In the long run, I'll know that they're not the kind of people I should have in my life anyway, because the people that know me know that I'm a really good person, a very caring person, and I love my children dearly. This is hard, and it's hard to tiptoe around the topic without speaking about it. It's some things that have already happened, but there's another portion of it coming up in just 2 days. And it's starting to weigh on me. When I first figured it out, when I first, realized that this was coming up, I got pretty upset. I cried. And then I picked myself up, told myself that it would be okay, and that life goes on, and that I have the people in my life that matter, and I know that they're never going to give up on me. So, for the last several weeks, I guess it's been 2 months, almost, a month and a half, I've been able to be pretty strong about it, push it out of my mind, but more importantly, be tough and stay positive. And I've been doing good things for myself instead of self-destructing and hiding from the world, crying, and I mean, I know it's okay to cry, but I can get into a depressed mode where I won't leave my house or speak to anyone and just stay inside of my head, and it's very unhealthy, and it can affect me physically. So I've been doing well with it. Right now, I'm starting to feel it. I feel like there's a weight on my chest. I've been through so much of this mental stuff that I can feel when something's coming. I mean, with me in my head, I can feel when I'm about to break down. I can feel when I'm coming to the edge. It's just, I've been through it so many times that I know that it's coming, and right now I'm starting to actually feel it. I hadn't been until today, until a few hours ago. My heart's pounding really hard. My chest is tight. There's a lump in my throat, but I'm not quite to the point where I'm ready to cry. Like, I don't feel like I'm gonna cry right now, or that I need to cry right now. But I feel a breakdown coming. Not very soon, but maybe tomorrow or so. I'm gonna be alone for a few hours by myself tomorrow, and likely I'll get inside of my head and break down and cry. How badly it's gonna be, I'm not sure. I'm definitely afraid, but like I said, I've gotten used to dealing with these things, so I might be able to handle it really well. I hate this feeling. I hate that things in my life have the power to do this to me still. With all the work that I've done, and as many times as I've gone through it. I know it's not going to go away. And the mental health thing is also something that I plan on getting into. But not yet. I will probably talk about that long before I talk about, all of this stuff that I'm worried about talking about. There are several people that know about it, sort of, but they don't have the facts. They probably know just a very small fraction of what has happened. The little bit that they have doesn't explain anything. It might put people on edge because they're unsure. Maybe they're thinking twice about who I am. But I assure you, I'm the same person that I've always been. I mean, I've grown up a lot, and I've matured a lot. I approach things differently. I think more before I act. So I'm definitely a good person, but I shouldn't have to defend that. I'm just worried that I shouldn't be worrying. I shouldn't be worried about what people think. The only thing I should worry about is the people that matter. My family. Those that are really close to me. That's all that matters. And like I said, they know me. They know who I am. And they know the facts. I really want to talk about it. I really want to get it all out there, and I hope that doing so will make people at ease about it. This is all so hard. I don't really know how to react right now. I know that I need to stay busy, talk to people. Excuse me. I know that I need to talk to people and hug people and keep myself busy. I mean, the worst part is me torturing myself about all of it. That's the absolute worst part. The worst part, which is what I do to myself in my head. It has killed me as a person. It has really knocked me down a few pegs and changed me as a person. I will never be the same. It's completely traumatic. But I gotta be thankful every day that I haven't lost anyone. My parents are still here. My boyfriend is still here. And my children are still here. And everyone is healthy. And like I said, they're all that matters. This is hard. This is so hard. Because I don't have anyone to talk to about it. I mean, I do. I have my boyfriend and I have my therapist. I feel like I have so much more that I need to get out to feel mentally well. I mean, everything traumatic that has happened in my life before this just pale in comparison to all of this. I mean, don't get me wrong, that stuff still affects me, and it was hard. But none of those things really changed me this much. It was a shock to the system, and it still is. And it's not even over yet. I think I've been through the worst of it. I hope. But it's gonna be looming over my head for a few more years. I really don't know what else to say. I just really needed to reach out and let people know how hard this is, how hard things are for me right now. I just want it all over. You know, life goes on and time flies, especially once you start getting some age on you. Time flies. And before I know it, this will be over. And I won't look back. It's gonna affect me for the rest of my life, but I'm not gonna look back. I'm just gonna move forward and take nothing for granted. I appreciate the small things more. I appreciate my body more. I'm trying to take care of myself more, be a little more active. All of this has put me into such a shock that I just started neglecting myself. I became so inactive, ate horribly. I put on 67 pounds. A lot of other things have happened that I don't really want to talk about publicly that came as a result of this. Like I said, it really was a shock to me. I mean, before, when I've gone through traumatic events, I would stop eating in a sense, I would punish myself by not eating for days, and I would lose a lot of weight and sometimes become dehydrated and sick, and then sometimes I would binge and then stop eating again and then binge. But I'm sure you know what an eating disorder is. And I was doing well as far as the eating disorder until all of this, and it just, instead of starving myself, I overate every single day. Sometimes I would eat oatmeal cream pies just all day and eat nothing else. Drink tea. I would hide oatmeal cream pies in my bedside stand, and I really didn't care about eating anything healthy. I mean, in a sense, I was like, fuck it, who cares? Nothing matters. But it does matter. It absolutely matters. And it's caused me some health problems. I mean, heart disease is the number one killer in my family, and I've gained all this weight and developed some issues. I mean, high blood pressure and high cholesterol. If I keep it up, I'm gonna have some real issues, and I want to be here for my kids and my family. I want to be here, and I want to be healthy, and I want to be happy, because all of that is going to affect them. I know my little girl really looks up to me, and I mean, even subconsciously, you tend to follow in your parents' footsteps, and there's no way to avoid her seeing my mental illness, what I've gone through in the past, but I can really work on it now and in the future and take care of myself. Always take my medication like I'm supposed to. Stay away from alcohol. Eat healthy, exercise, be active with her, teach her things. All this stuff is going to affect her, and if she's going to mimic me in any way, I want her to pick up those things instead of the negative things that I've gone through. She's still young, luckily, but I truly have to pick up and do better from here on out. I have to, because above anything else, I care about my kids, and I don't want to disappoint them. No mother wants to disappoint their kids in any way. It happens a lot, but if you truly care, you gotta do your best. So I guess I need to wrap this up because I'm rambling, and I gotta spend some time editing this and blah blah. So I just hope you know I'm going through a hard time, and I've put on a happy face and tried really hard to be positive. I'm not asking anyone to feel sorry for me. I really just need to talk to a couple friends, maybe. Talk to a couple family members. It really helps to talk, because you're able to work through it in your mind, process things, relieve some pressure. Doesn't change anything. Like, it doesn't change what has happened. I can't take all of this away, but I can do the absolute best I can from here on out, because everything I do affects those around me. And that's one thing that I didn't realize when I was younger. I never realized that everything I did, everything I felt, everything I said affected my loved ones in a big way. And most people don't realize that. And when your ship goes down, they're coming with you. Your passengers are going down with you. And I never want anything bad to happen to them. So yeah, I need to wrap this up. Maybe I'll do another Fast 5 Facts video soon. My next video is probably going to have to be after this week, after all this. And maybe I'll be more positive and thankful. But I hope you enjoy your weekend. And until next time.